What's going on, guys? This is Jeremy, the Centrepreneur, coming at you with a special-ish video today. I believe one of my subscribers requested this one. Sorry, didn't write down who, it's my bad. This video is on how I decide whether or not I want to buy a fragrance, and really you could apply these 5 points I'm going to touch on to a piece of clothing, to a new car, really anything, in my opinion. Just change up the wording a little bit. Guys, before we hit this, I am not one of those guys that's gonna own 500 bottles. That's not my thing. That's not where I want to be. I see no need to fill up my closet with hundreds and hundreds of bottles. Basically, if I like something, I buy it. If I'm just okay on it, I try to find it at a good price. If I can't, I don't buy it. That's okay. I don't buy fragrances just for the sake of buying them. I don't understand that. Some guys do, and if that's your thing, that's cool. You do you, right? But for me, I'm not gonna own every single fragrance ever. I'm not gonna own every Armani fragrance to complete my collection. I do like to wear these things, and I've got about 50, and frankly, I have a hard time picking what to wear now. I can't imagine what it'd be with like 150. So anyway, I just did want to throw that out there, that I'm not the regular collector that's gonna own a bunch of these, and my opinion might be a little skewed because of that. Okay guys, the 5 points that I ask myself, or I try to figure out before I buy a bottle of a fragrance or even a decant. The first most important thing I always ask myself, do I like it? Do I like it? Obviously, that should be, in my opinion, everybody's number one before buying a fragrance. Does it smell good to me? Would I wear this? What am I going to use it for? Is this a relevant fragrance for my nose, my life, etc.? That's point number one, guys. That's pretty much like, it's tough to describe, I guess, the end all be all. That's the deciding question. If a fragrance can't pass that one, it doesn't even get to these other 4. That's it for 1, guys. Number 2, this is another one that kind of fits into the first one, is what, if anything, do I have that is similar to this, and if so, how similar? Do I see the need to own 2 amazing tobacco and vanilla fragrances? Probably not. Like, I will say that some of my favorite combinations, often involving chocolate, cinnamon, honey, vanilla, I probably will end up owning multiple fragrances dominated by those notes just because they're my favorites, but I don't see a point in a fragrance that doesn't really do much different from something I already have. For example, I think I said in my Cheapies video, when I was talking about Nautica Voyage, that because I own Nautica Voyage, I don't see a need to own, say, Acqua di Gio or Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I don't. In my opinion, they're all so similar. Nautica Voyage is dirt cheap, and for what you get, like, is Light Blue and Acqua di Gio better? Probably, but are they 3 times more expensive? Yep. So nope. So that's not happening. And number 3, that doesn't quite tie into my next point, but it does later. My number 3 thing that I'll ask myself is, will I wear it? Can I picture myself wearing this to any sort of scenario that could come up in my life? I do understand perfume is art, and there are a couple that have struck me as like very nice pieces of art that I would like to own, but at the end of the day, we are supposed to wear this stuff, And if I can't wear it, or if I'm not going to just yet, I'm probably not gonna buy it just yet. Like, I think it was one of my recent niche videos where I talked about Tom Ford Tobacco Oud. I think that stuff is unreal. But can I see myself wearing it right now? Probably not. I like it. If I bought it, it'd be as art for now, wear later. So it's, for that reason, it is on my buy list, but it's not gonna be near as close to the top as something I can wear frequently now. That was my third point. Number 4, the price. How much do I like this scent? If I love it, I'll pay top dollar for it. I don't care about finding it for cheaper. If I love it, like Coco Blanc, I just went out and I paid. Didn't care. Barely looked at the price tag. Just enough to cry for a little bit, but like, I don't know. I didn't really care at all. Same with Parfums Marly Herod, honestly. Ojon's the same way. It was just like, how much do I like it? And like I sort of touched on earlier, if I'm not crazy about it, I'm not gonna pay full price for it. If I'm not crazy about it, I'm gonna look for it on one of the discount stores. But if I can't find it, well, too bad. I'm not gonna go out and pay full price for something I'm just so on. You know, I'd like to fit it in my collection, but I can't, or I'm not super keen on it. At the end of the day, I don't want to feel like I've got buyer's remorse. And I have in the past. I've overpaid in the past. I don't like that feeling. So I avoid it at all costs. Basically, if I can't justify the price, then it's a no-no for me. The final point that I consider before actually making a purchase is it's one that I don't really care about that much, but it does play some into my decisions, and that is, do other people like it? I don't really touch on compliments much because I don't really care. I think you should like it first, but I would be lying if I said it didn't make me feel good when I got compliments on my fragrances. Same goes for clothing, watches, whatever. It feels good. There's no two ways about that. And if I'm like on the fence about a fragrance, I'm really not sure, I'll test it with a few people and see what they think. And I often let that sway my opinion. Or I have in the past. I've been pretty good about it recently. But it shouldn't be number one priority. Making someone else's nose happy. I think you should make your own nose happy first. But it does matter a bit to me. So that's what I consider when I'm looking at new fragrances, guys. I generally like to take quite a bit of time with my samples before I make purchases, because I've done what all of you guys, I'm sure, have done at some point, where you don't spend enough time with it, and you get your bottle and you're like, probably shouldn't have done that. You know, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Definitely not that I am the best of us, but, you know, it happens to everybody. So, guys, I hope you can take some of these points and maybe apply them to your own spending habits. If you're the type of guy that just wants a pile of bottles, go for it. Disregard what I said, doesn't matter. But for me, where I just like to buy things that I enjoy, I think this formula works pretty well for me. This little, I don't know, it's not a formula, but like this checklist, I guess is what you call it. Guys, let me know down in the comments below, what process do you go through when you're deciding whether to buy a new fragrance or not? What do you think of it? Do you care a lot about compliments? Does price matter to you? I mean, price matters to everybody, I think. But do you have similar views to me let me know if there's like a little process that you go through as well. I'd be really curious to see it, and maybe I can implement some parts of it into my own, or take some of mine and implement it into your own. Help each other, right? Also, let me know if you think I'm just crazy and I should buy about 700, 800 bottles. That'd be cool. I don't have the money, but like, oh well, I'll figure it out. Guys, this has been Jeremy, the Centrepreneur. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's tons of new content coming out all the time. I try not to make too many of these ranty, rambly videos, but it was a request, and I was super excited to make this one. Guys, stay tuned for more content. I'll talk to you later. Have a great night.